Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of Rock and Roll with Arizona Bike Week. I'm Lisa Sear, and I'm here with my good friend, Daniel Huerta from Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, we're excited about partnering again with you guys this year for Arizona Bike Week.
We're like family. We're not even like partners. We're like family, and we love having you be a part of the Arizona Bike Week family. And why don't you, for our viewers, give us a little background on Russ Brown?
Well, sure. Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys have been around for over 50 years. They were the original motorcycle litigation team. We're a national company. We're all over where you see us at all the events. We come to the table where we only do motorcycle law. That's what we specialize in. It's kind of like if you need someone who really is going to take care of you, you want someone who is just a professional on another level, and this team that comes with Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys is just an amazing team. They come to the table with over a 98% success rate when they go to litigation. Like I said, they've been around since 1975. And again, the only thing they do is motorcycle litigation, and I kind of like to really hold on to something you said last year when we were on stage. You said, Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys is here for the good times and the bad times. And, we really do try to interject ourselves in our partnerships and our participations in all these events are across the nation. I just happen to love this event because this is my hometown, right? I live in Arizona, and I've been coming to this event for so long. So, it's just a great and exciting, time of the year for us here in Arizona, and we're excited to be part of it again. Yeah.
Well, and Daniel is gonna hate this, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this man here. We all know that there's that unwritten code of if you see another motorcyclist broken down, you're supposed to stop and help them, and many of us do. Daniel takes that to the next level. He will stop and help a woman in an SUV on the side of the road who has a flat tire. If Daniel is late for a meeting, we say, oh, he probably stopped to help somebody broken down on the side of the road. And he's hating this right now because he doesn't like to talk about it because he's super humble. But that's who he is. And the only reason he ever even would tell us that he had stopped and helped somebody was because he was late. Otherwise, he probably does it regularly, but still makes it on time, and you'll never know he's been doing that. So, but that's who you are, and that's kind of who Russ Brown is. Can you tell us about your Riders Helping Riders program? Because that's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when Russ Brown first founded this company, he found that he had broken down in Death Valley, and they wouldn't come pick him up.
Not a good place to break
down. And so he wanted to create a community of riders where they could reach out and help each other because, for me, like you said, especially in Arizona, my joke is if you leave a rider on the side of the road, you come back to a potato chip because it's so hot here. But, you find that the more you ride and the more you're integrated into this community, that, it is a community. And so, it was just a great idea to be able to know that we could reach out, or a rider could reach out to us, and if someone was around, that we were going to be able to help them. So, and I've seen it happen so many times. I've been working for this company for almost a decade now, and I have come to so many experiences where I've talked to people and they're like, oh, I gotta tell you, I called the office and they sent someone out and someone came and picked me up, and it was just all handshakes and how can I help you? And that program has really been able, I think, to create a sense of community in it that extends just in well, you're only writing this and you're only writing that. It's just we're all part of the same experience, because writing itself is such an amazing experience. I think a lot of people don't, if you're not a writer, you don't really get it as much. When you're riding a bike, you're like in the elements, so you feel the temperature changing all the time. There's the wind and just the experience and the beauty of being out. I mean, it's like the closest thing I like to say to like being on a horseback, so
Right.
it's and then we live in a beautiful place,
We do.
to ride in. So
We do.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that, spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood is what writing is all about. And so, the way you are contributing in that with this program, helping writers is like incredible to me. So we really appreciate you for that. And I know everybody who's ever been helped by that program really appreciates that as well. So let's maybe, I always like to get a few safety tips from people when they're on this show with us. And I know you have a lot because you ride a lot.
Yeah, I put a lot of miles on bikes. I have a distinctive honor of having a 1,000,000-mile patch. I've ridden a lot. There was a time when I was working for the dealerships as a technician that I was riding about 220 miles a day round trip. So I've had, but again that's led to such a great experience. And if I would say safety, I mean, check your tire pressures.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you strap on your helmet. Make sure you know where your next gas stop is and where you're going. I mean, it's a lot easier now with, mapping with our cell phones and stuff like that. But I mean, I remember back in the day, we would be like writing it on a piece of paper and sticking it to the tank, to know where you're going, keep your head on a swivel, look around all the time. And I mean, be aware that if something happens, who do you reach out to? Take pictures, assess what's happened. But, when it comes down to it, if you can, call someone who can help you. And that would be us. It's 1-800-4BIKERS. You reach out. Someone's always in the office. Someone will always pick up. Someone will be there to help you.
And you guys will help them even if it's determined that they don't need an attorney. You just kind of give them some advice on how to deal with insurance and things like that.
Sure, and that's what the Writers Helping Writers program is really based about. It's, not only can you call and have someone come and help you because you had a flat tire, but, sometimes it's just some information you need, or like you just need to know or have that peace of mind that you're doing the right thing. And sometimes that is something that you just need to be able to reach out to someone to get. And that's where you call us, and we do that too. We genuinely are trying to not only take care of writers' rights and enhance their experience of being able to write, to feel that safety and that like freedom of being able to be out there. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And writer's safety ultimately is important to all of us. It's not just what happens after you have an accident. It's
Right.
like what kind of disasters can we avoid for people? And Ron from Team Arizona was on our show recently, and he was talking about the lane filtering law in Arizona and how that all works. And that's so important that people understand how it works, because it's designed with rider safety in mind. And it's, number one, you're sitting duck when you're at the back of a lane of traffic. So being able to get between those two lanes of traffic, it has to be two lanes going in the same direction. Traffic has to be at a complete stop. You can only go a maximum of 15 miles an hour while you're lane filtering. And the speed limit on that road can't be over 45 miles an hour.
Right.
And it is, it gets hot out here. Sitting in stop and go traffic, the rider can overheat, the bike can overheat.
Yeah.
This isn't designed to give you a jump on traffic. It's designed to get you moving as quickly as possible for your own safety. So let's make sure we observe it and use it correctly so it is keeping riders safe.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something that was an advantage that we gained in Arizona.
We did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was huge. That was a huge for the writers movement.
Oh,
sure. Yeah, it was a big win. Yeah, so let's observe it and use it carefully. Be aware that crazy things can happen. Somebody can be at a dead stop and they can still jump over a lane because it's a shorter lane of traffic. So keep your eye on those four-wheel cages on either side of you and watch for heads to turn and that kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what you're going to be doing out at Arizona Bike Week this year. I was so excited by your builder's showcase last year, bringing it out for the first time like you did. It was such an incredible display, and the builds were all beautiful. It was just, it was a whole event within the event to go and look at that showcase that you put together. And I know that you really are the person that's pulling all of that together. And I understand you're going to have all new bikes in the showcase.
All
this
new
year.
bikes. We have no return bikes coming. We've gotten a great group of people coming out for this year's build. I've had a great opportunity to kind of see some sneak peeks of them, and just the level of artistry and craftsmanship that's being brought this year again is amazing.
And some of the builders are returning, but
yeah,
different bikes.
We've got a couple of builders returning. We've got like Raw Customs coming back from Central Arizona, and they're coming with a brand new build that's just knock your socks off. And we wanted to not just have the same thing over and over again, right? Part of the experience we wanted to let everyone kind of have a sneak peek in is that you can express yourself not only while you're riding the bikes, but actually while you're building them too. So we're really excited to see the next group of bikes that are coming through, and all the time and the effort that people have put into it. The characters. It's going to be a great event. We're really looking forward to it again.
We're looking forward to it too. And you guys, when you come out to the event, that should be one of your first stops, and you're going to want to go by it several times because those bikes deserve a second, third, and fourth look for sure.
Right. And then on Friday and Saturday, we are going to have again the ride-in with the builders, and there's going to be an amount of time for people to come down and get some one-on-one time with the builders and talk to them about their builds and kind of pick their brains. And I think that's a unique experience in itself, because a lot of times there's a curiosity of like, how did you get to this? How did you visualize and create this? Because a lot of these bikes are like a representation of like how these people feel. These builders really put a lot of time and effort, and they are truly works of art.
Oh, they're truly works of art.
Yeah.
They're all so incredible and unique, and tell their own story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so to get to meet the builders and hear the story
right.
of them building these bikes, I think is such a unique opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year. This year we're giving our bike away. Every year we give every year Russ Brown gives a bike away to the community, people who sign up for our program. It's a great way for us to say thank you, and to continue our engagement level with everyone. And this year, we're excited to give it away.
Yeah, giving it away on stage at Arizona Bike Week.
Yeah,
that's so fun.
It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. Every year has been a fun event. Last year was great. I really look forward to this year as well.
Well, we do too, and that's what it's there for, is for people to come out and have fun, and
experiences.
We try to give them as many elements and different things to do, and you've been such a big part of it. I just can't even thank you guys enough for your participation. And do you want to tell us a little bit more about some of the builders that are going to be out there?
Well, I don't want to give out too much information, because I kind of want people to see them in their element. But we have a couple of builders that really take it to the next level as far as production. They're writing CAD programs and like designing custom wheels and doing all their own paint, and there's a fiberglassing, and just like there's such a huge level of that's coming to it. And this year we had people reach out to us and say, hey, we want to be part of this. And so we kind of had to weed through some of this stuff and kind of like figure out who we were going to invite. And yeah, it's going to be...
How many bikes are you going to have?
Right now we're at 10.
right now, but
Yeah,
you think
yeah,
you think you might be able to
We'll
make
see.
room for a
Yeah,
couple more?
we'll see. I mean, we try to fill a lot of different and check mark things. Like
Categories, right?
yeah, we like to give a nod to the veterans, and and so we try to bring a veteran biker, and we try to bring bikers that kind of are builders that kind of go across the board. It's not like we don't want to just be like this one type of biker or this one type of bike, because it's so much of different expressions in your builds. And
For sure.
so yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna be soon, like, sharing all the builders and start giving some sneak peeks on what they're bringing to the table as they continue and like complete their process. And big surprise when everyone gets there.
Well, that's great. And I want everybody to stop by and say hello to Daniel when he's out there, because this man works so hard and he goes to so many different events and tries to spread the word of community and brotherhood and just the whole spirit of being a rider lives within you, and we love you for that. Can you give us your website and phone number?
It's real easy to remember because it's just russbrown.com. I mean, we keep it really simple. It's 1-800-4BIKERS, and you can always, and like I said, anytime you need anything, like when something happens, pick up that phone, have someone call. We also, when you sign up, we give you a membership card. I mean, even if you have to just flash it to someone and say, call them for me, someone will be there to answer the phone, and we'll be there to help you. If you go down, we like to say, if you go down, you call Russ Brown.
Yeah, and Daytona is just a few weeks away, and then shortly thereafter, Arizona Bike Week, and then it's a summer of rally season.
Oh my!
And we obviously never want the worst to happen, but it's nice to know that you have somebody you can call, just if you get stuck on the side of the road.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be an accident. Use this program that they've got available to you to get somebody out there to help you. And
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So
1-800-4BIKERS. If you go down, call Russ Brown. Absolutely.
there you go. Okay. So anything else you want to say to our folks?
Can't wait to see you at Arizona Bike Week. Stay safe out there, hydrate, and come down and see our show. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. And thank you all for tuning in. And thank you so much for being here with us today, Daniel.
Anytime.